this toxic shit going on. We need some resistance in the world. Only resistance to hate is love. Hate is fuming. Nothing's going wrong with evil. What you doing? There are demons dealing with fakes like Richard Wright. Investigators for truth always being punished. They punish. Not about the views here, my lovely. Chemists start to go to hell. For eternal bodies for war. Rise up. Rise up. Resisting evil in the world. Rise up. Rise up.
Anyway, guys. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. Right. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I don't know why that was happening like that. Normally it's this. Let me go and grab what it's supposed to sound like. That's funny. I mean, that's got me tickling. I call that LIK for now. Yeah. I don't know why it was doing that. That was weird. I gotta admit, guys, that was absolutely terrible on so many fronts. But yeah, I'm going to use stream. It's supposed to sound like this, guys. If I come into yeah, and tell me as soon as dead one. Yeah, okay, that was. You know, guys, I checked some of these earlier, and okay. Ah, better luck.
With all this toxic shit going on, we need some resistance in the world. Only resistance to hate is love. Hate is fuming. Nothing's going wrong with evil. What you doing? There are demons dealing with fakes like Richard Wright. Investigators for truth always being punished. They punish. Not about the views here, my lovely.
That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting, guys. That video used to work all the time. But let's get into the update and you guys will understand why I'm like, oh. But yeah. Over Christmas, guys, and you know, as you guys know, I haven't been streaming on here for how long now? A good few months, you know what I mean? And all I got you guys is 2 laptops at the moment. Well, I did have just that one, and that's a 1.1 gigahertz, and it was crap to stream on because my main rig is actually up in storage right now and out of the way because of a lot of things happening right now. And some of you know that I've been dealing with a lot of Masons over the years and stuff like that. You know, I mean, some of you have followed me since the days of Blog Talk TV. You know what I mean, and some of you haven't. I mean, so. And I'm dealing with a COINTEL Pro behind the scenes guys as well. I'm keeping an eye on them, and they're being like very interesting and very funny and all of that and so forth. But I mean interesting and funny. I don't mean on like we pals or anything. I mean interesting what they're getting up to. as well as funny. They think nobody spotted that sort of thing. And but what I've noticed as well, guys, I mean, over on X, and a lot of them, right? I noticed like got this massive where everybody is, I mean, at the moment is just fixated on the Epstein thing and all that. Despite, yeah, I mean, loads of us, I mean, years ago was speaking out and stuff like that, and we were mentioning, I mean, like myself and ideological, and a few more of us as far back, I mean, as 2012, and some even further, and we were already exposing people like Trump and all that. We already did that, you know. And so, I mean, but what a lot of us now think, the reason why they are basically doing the Epstein thing now, yeah, I mean, is basically they're rolling out a bigger agenda right now, a much, much bigger one, which is catching a lot of people off guard. I mean, and it looks like I mean, are switching on the AI governance a lot quicker and a lot faster, as well as a few other things going on. So yeah, I mean, the masses would be like, yeah, but the Epstein thing and all that what he's done to children, it's bad. And I would rebuttal that, saying, where the fuck were you when myself and many of us over 10 years ago and more were actually exposing it? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you were calling us tinfoilers, conspiracy theorists, and all of that. So you don't have no right to tell people like us who are actually, speaking out 10, 20 more, you know what I mean? Because we were basically saying, hey, we're just glad now that you're starting to see what's really going on. But the trouble is, it's a lot bigger than you think. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, just because like Max Egan, yeah, I mean, and what's his name from Boston? It'll come to me. The guy's he's got this username, it's something from Boston, and he's up on thing right now as well as YouTube. He's on BitChute as well, and but yeah, I mean, we're all calling it. We're saying, yeah, I mean, this thing that we're seeing with the Epstein and all of that, and we know they're only going to throw like maybe one or two under the bus. I mean, or maybe 50. I mean, depending. Yeah, I mean, how little they're going to throw out there, because the judges, the lawyers, and all of that, and so forth. And I mean, are actually all in it. I mean, because don't forget, it's not just celebrities that went across there or politicians. There'd be police that would have gone across, military that would have gone across, judges, lawyers, and stuff like that. And it wouldn't just be Epstein's Island, it would be many different places around the world. So the network itself, I mean, won't be just like 1,000, or it'd probably be in the hundreds of thousands more. If they throw 50-50 names out, that's not a network. That's not a network gone. Because they've already replaced Epstein with somebody else. This is the thing. You know what I mean? So the public like, yeah. Okay, we stopped that network. No, you haven't. It's still gonna be there. It's only gonna go away if every member of the public stops being of a cognitive distant level, and you start looking at what's really going on. Because end of the day, the pedo system, the PDF system, it's got you all funding it through taxes and stuff like that, and even through VAT when you go and buy food and this, that, and everything else. That's how deep it is when it comes to them getting money. The public are funding it. That's how clever they are. I mean, it doesn't matter how many of you are going, oh, it's bad what's happening to it. But they've got the system worked out where parents and family members and all of that actually paying the system for bad things that happen to youngsters. Think about it. And if anybody speaks out and so forth, tells the truth, they're the ones that are called crazy and end up being put on medication or killed. Think how fucked up that is. You know what I mean? You speak out, you tell the truth and all of that and everything else, but you end up being put on meds or killed under the system. What if think about it. Think if say, for argument's sake, a 12-year-old, saw what was going on, spoke out and this, that, and everything, and had similar evidence as a grown-up got and so forth, but then that child ends up being put on medication and all that and so forth, despite all the evidence. Like many of us have said, the problem isn't the information. Problem is where the information is going and into somebody when it comes about to the world view. That's the problem. And then you have people like me then that ends up having authorities then, like Swansea Police. I'm calling you out. Swansea Police and Gosaian Police have actually got on a file because I defended myself and and the authorities and all that has put on a record for me because I stopped somebody from killing me and killing my neighbour. I've spoken out and this, that, and so forth over the years. You know what I mean? But they keep coming for me instead of them looking at the system they support. System, the people in the police and all that support the judges, the lawyers, and all that, and so forth. They support a paedophile establishment system, links with the banks and stuff like that. PDF system of that nature. And yet you hear bootlickers saying, "Oh, but if you're speaking about this and so forth and all that, one day you'll need them." Oh no, that day's come and gone, and yeah, I mean, guess you get like one or two good people that they've gone in to the police force and they think they'll be able to do some good within it. But while the people who run all of this, who runs the system and all that and everything else, guys, who are in charge of the system, right? They will control those in the police forces to do evil majority of the time. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that is the thing, though. I mean, hold on, I've actually got my design certificate. It's like over Christmas time, I was speaking to one of the officers the night I got arrested, sort of thing. And I spoke to must be like over 10 to 15 of the officers that night down the station. And one of them asked me because they know I do like a deep dive and all that, and I told them, great. I mean, I said to them, do you want the honest answer, or do you want the brutal honest answer? And and I'm not going to say the guy's name because he was being very respectful to me, and I'm going to honor, you know what I mean, that. But he asked me a question of basically something about his parents or so forth, saying before they took the thing, they were fine, they this, that, and so forth. And you could tell he needed to know. He needed to know. So I just basically said, well, it is the shot, and I think you could tell that it's a lot worse than what the public have been told. because I mentioned one other thing. Well, I said to him basically, I'm checking something. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm actually trying to find something. Um, but yeah, I basically said to him, you know, what I mean, check this out. It's something called BT Soul Catcher 2025. I found that out in 2005, and it's about putting a brain chip in your head and all of that and so forth. So he did. He jumped, I mean, on his computer, his phone. He then took a look, eh, and he said to me, "What you just mentioned, it's all by here." But what I didn't know, there was an article in 1996, something like that, and basically, let me just get this little picture here. There you go. Let's put this picture instead. Oh shit. But yeah, so we were talking and stuff like that, and the thing, uh, and what I noticed, some were like, "Oh," and I noticed they wanted me to go to sleep. You know what I mean? But I was up for, I mean, like for like well over 24 hours, well over that. You know what I mean? And they're like, if you're feeling tired, I managed to sleep a little bit, but not too much. But because I saw it as my opportunity to drop information. You know what I mean, in that moment to basically, despite the people in uniform and all that, and I mean, and they think they got allegiance to Parliament, they don't. They don't have allegiance to Parliament. They have allegiance to keeping people alive. That's what they should be doing good, not following the law or anything like that. Doing right, sometimes or most of the time, is not following the law. Yeah, think about that. Doing right most of the time is actually not following the law. And on top of that, how many hours have you guys got to, you know what I mean, to read like thousands and thousands of legislations and stuff like that? Not even solicitors. You know what I mean, I've got time to look at everything. You know what I mean? And in, you know what I mean, so you've got to ask the question and so forth. Are the people who haven't checked the information and so forth, are they really doing the right thing? Because I see what I find funny, I see a lot of ignorant people who don't have the information seem to be the ones that make the most noise. You know, like the old saying when they say empty heads, you know, was it empty vessels make the most noise? Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. But and like oh shit, I remembered it. I remember watching the Zeitgeist stuff and all the other things about the schools and stuff like that years ago, and where they sort of like people who go to schools and educations and all of that are just being programmed to be clones of one another. So it may look like the group are agreeing with one another, but the trouble is they're not thinking if the information they are learning is correct, is the right information they're going to need to do the right thing. And and that's the thing. What we've got here is many people who go into the police and stuff like that. They think, oh, just by following the law, it's I think wrong. Following the law is a money revenue. So it is the court systems, the police, and all of that. Yeah, I mean, all they're in it for is actually the money, and and it's actually a level of slavery as well. Because what I've noticed, I mean, being up close to it, is, and I've spoken to other people on this as well. I said to them, why is it then if people are asking for more police, we're having more and more crimes and stuff like that? Ask yourself this. Look at all the stuff that wasn't a crime, but because of governments, it is now a crime. And they're like, wait, what? What do you mean? Bingo smoking. I mean, one minute you allowed to smoke in the pubs, this, that, and everything, and so forth. They flipped it to, oh, if you do this and all that, you know what I mean, you could be having this, you know what I mean, thrown at you and pay a fine or whatever. I know some will be saying, oh, but that's helping people to get better health. Yeah, but you don't need to send people to prison for smoking something. Um, but I mean, there's loads of things like that. You know what I mean, when you look at it and so forth, because prisons are meant to be for those that do harm. You know what I mean? But the trouble is, we have so many thin-skinned people and all of that and so forth. We have many people that are like the Jones plantation, just go along with the slave master. Whatever the slave master says, they just happily go along with it. And that's what we got a lot of right now. You know what I mean? That is a good film, by the way. That is a good film to watch. It gives you an idea and stuff like that, a concept. And you look around the people around you. Yeah, I mean, the people complain. I mean, say, oh, the prices are going up, this, that, and so forth, and everything. But anybody that shows them, I mean, this is the reason why, and then this is how we get out of it. Like, oh no. And I've said it many times before, guys. I've said it many times before on Spreaker and stuff like that. Problem is, you know what I mean? People like myself and all of that are always going to keep getting arrested for, for speaking out, telling the truth. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because the public, they need a government to bitch about. They need a parliament to complain about it. Because the majority of the public will not look at themselves. The majority of the public are actually the problem and the answer at the same time. I know many of you are like, wait, what? How can we be the problem and the answer? Think about it. Many of you think, you know, I mean, Parliament, you know, I mean, does stuff for you. It doesn't. Many of you out there think, you know, Parliament, you know, people in Parliament come out and take your rubbish away. No. Who actually takes the rubbish away? Some of you got council. No, break it down even further. Break it right down. Who takes rubbish away? Actually, your neighbour that takes the rubbish away, who just happens to work for the council. So you don't need government to take away the rubbish. Who actually, you know, do the roads? No, it's not Parliament yet again. It's your neighbour who goes out into his job that does the roads. So let me know when government comes in. You know what I mean? Right in. Who? Who? Gets you your food? It's somebody that goes out in a truck, and so forth, and all of that, and the farmers and all that. They, you know what I mean? They put the stuff together, and you know, if it go to the shops and all of that, and then you then go and get the food. So in any of that process, when the government come into it, doesn't. Government is an illusion. We can drop government and things will still run the same or better, to be honest, because you're not paying money to government. So the money then, you see the money in your hand and it will go to the areas that is meant to help the vulnerable and those that, you know what I mean, that need it, and also you'll have more money in your pocket and all of that. And also you will get to know, if you do your research and so forth, the reason why energy bills are going up is because of the AI data centers. Because the AI data centers are using so much energy from the grid and all of that and so forth. I mean, I might do that for a laugh. Is just switch everything off for a month. Just switch everything off for a month and see if they bill me. Bill me the same. Or bill me more because of the data centers. I think we should do that. That would be funny as hell. I mean, and then if they then, companies send us all bills saying, "Hey, you've been using this amount of energy and all of that, and all of us haven't used that." We've got a question to ask, and where then is all that electricity going? Because we're already seeing these huge data centers, are using what between like 200 to 300% more uh, electricity compared to the previous year that they would use the electricity for the data centers. I mean, and 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 I think it's Ireland or something like that. That's is now slowly being put onto like amber alert on how much electricity is being used because of the data centers, stuff like that. Not we. I mean, yeah, there are other ways that we could probably do things, but because all these data centers are coming, and the thing is as well, guys, these 5G towers, these data centers, and all that, and so forth. If we are supposed to be having a CO2 reduction, then why are all these data centers coming online? You gotta ask the question that why are all these data centers coming online? To make it sound clear for people in Britain and all of that, because I mean, it it's what in the boomer generation and a lot more. CCAL papers in information in data center, right? So and 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 what I find funny, was circulating like towards the end of last year and beginning of this year, where we're seeing AI now that hiring slaves. I mean, hiring people to do jobs for them and all of that. A people farm sort of thing, and we've already had well, not had, but we over the centuries and stuff like that. There's always been a people farm. Think about it when you truly actually look at what's really going on. Not what the news tell you, not what some dickhead in education tells you, but you really look at what's really going on and you connect the dots properly. You actually think for yourself, see what's really going on. And yeah, and it's one massive people farm. End of the day, you know what I mean? Because think about it, right? We have, this notion, these politicians saying, "Oh, let me rule over you, let me, control your life and all of that." Um, where have we seen that many times? Oh yeah, slavery. You know what I mean? Where, and this is why the Jones Plantation film, sort of like gets over the target and says, "Hey, we need to look at this." You know what I mean? Because it shows you in that film, basically, two slave masters, basically, thanks to Mr. Jones, who is actually an ex-slave, but you would think he would help the slaves be free, but actually it takes a different twist. And he says, "Hey, this slave master is not really a slave master no more. He is now like one of you, but you still give all your earnings and what you've worked for out in the cotton field to him and all of that. But nothing's really changed, just the title. You know what I mean?" And then as it goes further on, then you see another slave master that comes into it. You know what I mean? From another plantation. But they have like a vote. You know what I mean? And if I remember correctly, the other slave master is also related to the first slave master. So it's keeping it in the family. Where have I seen that before? Oh yeah, royal families. And royal families, and we see like these politicians, you know, what I mean, in America, Britain, and other places are all interlinked on some level, family-wise or whatever. You know? Mainly on a family level, either through like directly marrying to the family or distant cousins or whatever. So anyway, and 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 this is why some of us have said, if you went up into space and you look down at the Earth, you see no countries. You see land, water, clouds, and because you can't see it, you say, but clouds are moving around. You see right air, but on paper, on things, you've got the names like Scotland, England, France, this, that, and so forth. And interesting, got leaders for each country and so forth, or each plantation, and bringing in the money through the councils and all of that and so forth. I mean, through the works, this, that, and everything else. I mean, but when you watch the Jones Plantation film, think that they've taken that type of slavery and all that, which, you know what I mean, been around for so long, and all they've done is modified it into a global slavery system instead of, I mean, people just going out picking cotton all the time. What they've done, they've gone, hey, you know what I mean, uh, we want you that we can trust and all that because you're just as psychopathic as us to manage France. You're narcissistic and all of that and devious like us. We want you to do America. We want you to do and all of that. And they've created a system where you think you're choosing somebody to properly represent you, and all you do is just choosing a different slave master that from a group of slave masters they put in front for you to choose from. That's all they've done. Once you actually understand, and then when you sort of like then speak up and so forth, like what happened with me just recently. Um, I mean, they send in the guy who's got the gun who acts like a law enforcer on a plantation. Think who that is on a much larger level when it comes to countries and all that. The police. They keep people as slaves. I mean, once you break it down to its, skeleton level, and then you start putting the meat on to get up to what we've got now with countries and and stuff like North America and South America and Europe and Asia, Russia, Oceania, and all that, Africa and all that. The names, but it covers a larger plantation. I mean, yes, you got like Cameroon, Mali, Senegal, all those other little countries inside. Africa, the word Africa just means larger plantation. Europe just means larger plantation. You know what I mean? North and South America, larger plantations. Oceania, larger plantation. Oceania is basically like New Zealand, Australia, Papua New Guinea, and all of that sort of thing. But when you start looking at it properly on paper, and they are pushing for like the Ten Kingdom type thing and all of that and so forth, then it will lead into something else. They've all they've been doing is rearranging the boundaries of the plantations. You know what I mean? To make it as effective to keep the livestock producing, while them at the top of the plantations don't have to do anything. But yet they blame the most vulnerable in society. It's their fault why things are failing. Wrong. Economies are not natural. They will always fail. They are meant to fail. They're meant to die off. Nature is the one that's supposed to be natural. Nature tells us we should learn from it. Say, okay, thank you for giving us abundance. We don't have to pay for food. You know what I mean? And it's like Egan said the other day, you know what I mean? The system is done deliberately for things to break, so you end up spending all the time. And yet it screws nature over. If things are breaking all the time, therefore you've got to go into nature to take resources from nature. So how is breaking things? I mean, let's use the globalists, the transhumanist ways, and the narcissist way of thinking of these people, right? How is, I mean, for this question as well, how is breaking things and all of that and so forth helping against climate change? Like I said, let's think like them. Yeah, they want to change the climate where you and I don't have anything. They want that climate change. Climate change where we own nothing. We, the public, not them, just us, the public. We have nothing. You children have nothing. You as parents have nothing. Family members around you have nothing. Basically, every month, you know what I mean, like the social credit system that many of us have looked into. And each month, your bank account goes to zero all the time. Doesn't matter if you're thinking, right, I got £60,000 going in that bank, gone zero next month. It, that's the system they're bringing out for Britain around the world. They've already put a lot of it. They've already got a lot of that place in China, and people have been deleted from the system. And you know what I mean, and you've got like millions that are living on the street. And when I say to the locals, you know, when I speak to T Island and stuff like that, and I tell them, time for me is running out because I will not take the shot. I will not betray humanity. Hell no. Anybody's taking that shot is bringing in this type of system which will betray millions of people and more. Period. Yeah, I mean, and also, my doctors have come out and said the shot ages people by 10 years, and I've looked at some people and they look a lot older than what they need to be. Anyway, yeah, I mean, so yeah, and and also having like the blood video. I should have said that to the police as well. You guys should check the blood video I've got up on my Rumble account, but I forgot to mention that. Oops. But anyway, um, yeah, there's this video which shows the stacking of the blood after you've taken the shot. With some people, not all, but with a lot, because not everyone took the shot. You know, I mean, people may have gone in and taken it, thinking they took it, but not all the vials were of that liquid. You know what I mean? Some had what's called a placebo, sugar water sort of thing. And but it doesn't matter if you took it or not, though, because you're breathing in the same stuff anyway from the geoengineering stuff and all that. So if you've ever felt like stuff crawling under your skin and stuff like that and so forth, you're more likely got nanotechnology rolling through your body right now. Yeah, I mean, and people have gone to the doctors, and doctors like, oh no, don't be silly. But now there's blood tests showing there's machines in people, nanotech machines inside people. There's lots of videos on this as well. You can go and check them out by medical people grabbing the microscopes and looking straight in. And plus, as well, when you go for blood tests and all of that, it won't show up on the thing because you got to tell them what they need to be looking for. That's why when you go to the doctor, they say, "Oh, we're going to do a blood test for this," because they need to use a certain tube, you know, the stuff inside the tube for that blood sample. So if you want to find out what's in your blood, and if you have got the nanotech inside you, you've got to tell them because the nanotech is really small. You know what I mean? they're like smaller and thinner than a hair. You pull up one hair, and you look how thin that is, and yet you can fit like over 1 billion nanomachines on the tip of that hair, something like that. You know what I mean? So when you got like them doing tests and all that, you've got to tell them what you need to be found if you've got it in your blood. So when I bring things up then to the medical field that I've gone to and all that and so forth, they'll say to me, "Have you got a medical degree and all that?" I said, "Funny you should mention that." I don't tell them why I've put it in those words. I just say, "Funny you should mention that." Because actually, on one of the UK sites, I'm actually classed as a doctor. I mean, and the thing is, I didn't put myself down as a doctor. The website effed up, and because I was answering certain stuff, I was answering it correctly and all of that. And the funny thing is, when my mum was alive and we had the doctors out and so forth, I would be speaking with the doctors and all that. My mum would be looking at me like, wait a minute, who's the actual doctor here? I'm like this, and the female doctor was going, well, you're actually right about that. You're actually right about it. And I'm just like, not because I was trying to be a smart ass, because I wasn't. The only reason I knew about that is because I had spent years studying and seeing it for myself and all that, and listening to other doctors, nurses, and this, that, and so forth. I mean, I mean, so I mean, and one or two doctors have said, I mean, have you ever thought about trying out to see if you can get your MD? I mean, I was like, why? 'Cause you know a lot of stuff in that ballpark. I mean, you should go for it and see what. And I'm like, nah, I'm too busy researching other stuff. But and the funny thing is, when the female doctor would leave and so forth, and my mum was like, typical, and I'm like, what, mum? She goes, you're right again. I'm like, it's not about being right. It's about having the right information. I'm not right. It's the information that is right. You know what I mean? There's a difference. And she's like, yeah, that's true. I mean, and stuff like that. And this is what a lot of people don't get. I mean, if you just go along with wrong information all the time, and so forth, yeah, you're going to be wrong. But it's the information that makes you right. The information is right, then you're going to be right. You know what I mean, I mean, and I've had like family members, like a couple of family members say to me, "Oh, you think you're right all the time?" I'm like, "No, it's the information. The information is right, then I'm going to be right. If the information is wrong, then I'm going to be wrong. That's why I don't mind being taught." Thank you, phone. Uh, yeah, I mean, and this is what the authorities all around you don't realize. I mean, they think people who actually go out investigating and studying and so forth, right? They go, "Oh, you're just conspiracy theorists and all for going to check for yourself." No, we're not like you lot. We don't just like switch our brains off and let some other cunt tell us what to do. We use our brains to decipher what is right and what is wrong. That's what we do. You know what I mean? And we don't fall for the left and right divide. Like we hear it in the news, oh, the political left, the political right, and all this. No, we don't fall for that. Can you imagine doing that to your brain? Sorry, left brain, I'm not going to listen to you, but we're going to be on the right side of the brain. That's fucking retarded. Think about it. You've got to use the whole, the whole levels of your brain. I mean, you can't be just left or just right and all of that and so forth. That's how you get a imbalance. It's the same of like, oh, just let the government do things and the public don't do anything. That's how you get an imbalance. You know what I mean? Just letting the police be the defense and we the public do nothing. That's how you end up getting dead public. But the police don't care. They get paid for looking at you. You getting murdered. But anyway, think about it. Look how diseased and stupid our system is in Britain alone. Without looking at any other countries, just Just Britain alone, where you have authorities saying you don't do anything, but just let the police do it. By then, you could be dead, while the police then are looking into why you got murdered. Does that help you being dead? No. This is how stupid this country is. And pathetic. And this is why I get attacked a lot all the time by the authorities and all that. Because I'm trying to get the public and all that, to take, more responsibility for themselves. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do is get people to think. And I've mentioned it to, a few of my neighbours around here. That's all I'm trying to do is get people to think for themselves. That's all I'm trying to do. Well, the government is trying to get us all not to think for ourselves. Well, people in Parliament don't want us to think for ourselves. You know what I mean? Think about it. If every member of the public thought for themselves and all that and so forth and see what's really going on, who does that benefit? Yeah, it benefits the public. Because then we will see on a deeper level of well corruption and all that and so forth. But then who, doesn't it benefit? Politician, because you see, not just the minor corruptions we've seen over the years, you then see how deep the roots and all that go and where it's gone. And then by knowing what's going on, we then can solve it as a whole, as a public. That's why they always go in, to the people through the campaigns. We can solve it for you and all that. And then you got people like me then going, no, you've had your time. No, go fuck off. You know what I mean? We've got the skills. We'll solve it. No, go fuck off. All the politicians there for, they are the doctors of liars. Sorry, they are the lying doctors. No, they're brilliant at it. I mean, that's their profession. To surgically, get you to stop thinking while they lie to you all the time, saying we can fix this, we can do that, and they can't do jack shit. I tell you who's important: a farmer, a baker, a person. Somebody that comes and takes your rubbish away. They are far more important than any politician or royal family. You know what I mean? A cleaner. So I tell you why. People like that, the cleaner, the garbage man, people may look down at them and go, "Oh, filthy, you're doing that." No, to be honest, a cleaner and a rubbish man are actually maybe one of the most important jobs on this planet. I tell you why. If they weren't going around cleaning and stuff like that and so forth and taking away those bags and everything, you would still have all those germs on you. They didn't do that. You'd be going to a doctor a lot. The doctor's now going, "Oh, fuck. We didn't think of that. Right, get rid of cleaners, get rid of rubbish men. We need more people ill." But anyway. But yeah, when you think about it, think of that. You know what I mean? The doctors don't get nice cars by people being healthy. Think about that. People being cured. People, having, able to run about all the time and stuff like that, and not getting ill. Doctors get paid when you're ill. The more people that become ill, the better for the doctor. Think about it. It's the same for somebody that works in a funeral home. They won't get paid if everybody stayed alive now, would they? Think about it. So somebody's got to die for them to get money. So, so when you think about it, when you look at the scamdemic and all of that and so forth, and interesting, a lot of politicians, I think one of them was like Ian Huntley, is it Ian Huntley or something like that, where they just got into the medical business, happening to get into the shots, and they made a killing. They made a heck of a lot of money out of people taking the shots and all of that and so forth. You know what I mean? And out of people dying and all that. And interesting as well, before people took the shots, companies also took out, well, yeah, I mean, documents, where they put clauses in, where if anybody who went ahead and took the shot and all that could not sue the company because they knew what was coming up. Thanks to things like, was it the Event 201 thing? There's also Event 202, by the way, if you guys haven't checked that out. But the Event 201 stuff and all that, I mean, back in 2019, I mean, where they were, I mean, just happened to be running a training exercise with, I mean, before we had the scamdemic and all of that. I mean, and the same players, I mean, like the Hopkins and all of them, I mean, were part of that Event 201, which then we saw broke the thing. And like myself, I mean, in 2020 and I mean, going up, well, even up to the very present day. I mean, while the part one of the scamdemic was going on, I was saying to people, I mean, have you noticed there's going to be a part two? People were like looking at me like, nah, there's not, whatever. And I was getting other people for their videos and stuff. I mean, they were getting the same reactions. Like, don't be daft. This will be over soon. But they don't realize I mean, the new normal. People think we've gone back to the old normal. No, 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 no. The word new normal was said for a reason. Because now a lot of you now have been conditioned as prisoners of the system on another level. Because now they can say lockdown whenever they want. And a lot of you will just go along with it. And like I said, when I was doing my shows, before they took away the live of everybody on Spreaker and so forth, basically, I mean, the lockdowns is what you get in prisons and stuff. I mean, and in government facilities and stuff like that, when you need to lock things down and everything, but mainly in prisons. And what they're trying to do is see who's willing to give up their free will. And a lot of you give that up too quickly. I mean, we see our ancestors in the past be holding a flag up, arrows, cannons, and all that flying past. And what we see in the modern days world, oh yeah, we'll go along. Wait, what? Because it's like when I went to probation during the scamdemic and so forth, and a few people there were saying to me, I mean, where's your mask? I don't need one. They're like, but we've got this. I said, no, you lot are just going along without even checking things out. You're not questioning. You're just going along. You just auto followers. You know what I mean? Where have I seen that before? And basically, I mean, I showed my phone. Look, see, I mean, why do you think the government is saying stuff like this? And they let me in. We had a little talk. I showed them a documentation as well, the science and technology for future scenarios, the lockstep and all of that. You should have seen their faces in probation. It dropped. Like, wait, what? Yeah, all this was pre-planned. To see how stupid people are. See how gullible people are. By God, I mean, didn't we see a lot of people be fucking gullible without questioning? I mean, you got idiots like running to doctors, getting little pamphlets, trying to throw it to people, and the people they throw it to have done like over 10 years of medical research, and I mean, and looking into state terrorism drills and all this sort of thing. And somebody like myself who was always looked into MI5 and MI6 and things like that, and speaking to people behind the scenes from the military and you got a clown going, look, one little pamphlet, and I'm like, and what? So you want me to believe that one little pamphlet that will just have like loads of gaslighting and BS in? I still took it, but I was like, you know what? Okay. And I'm not one of these people that will go, nah, I'm not going to read that. So I still read it, you know what I mean? Because because then somebody said to me, "But you never read the pamphlet," and if I went, "Nah, I didn't." How then? What do you know? What's it then? How do you know? So I still read the bullshit that's out there. You know what I mean? But and that's how you get past the detractors and all of that and so forth, and get past the shills and all of that because you've actually read the stuff. And I mean, and the book I was reading on the bus as well, doing the scamdemic as well, was uh, D19. Sorry, Great Reset. The COVID-19 thing by Klaus Schwab and all of that. You know what I mean? And I already bought the Bill Gates one. We talk about we need another one, and I'd already seen Tony Blair, saying, in 100 days we need another viral outbreak and all of that, basically for more control of the public and stuff. And I showed that to Mum as well. I remember that. Wait, what? He's still around? Yeah. I mean, I mean, Tony Liar is still around. I know that's not his name, guys, but B Liar, Blair. I mean, Tony, yeah, he's still out there. And she went, damn. And I showed Mum a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? Both sides, not just one side. And my mum turned around to me. She said to me, I mean, I'm glad I didn't take the shot now. But what you've shown me, damn. And you're not doing it just from one side, are you? Right? You're showing both sides. Because me around me, I got stupid retards only showing one side. You know what I mean? You can't do that in this field. You know what I mean, in the level of research and investigations I do, the police are one-sided as well because they, go along with the sugar daddy, the parliament, right? Because they sugar daddy brings out the new laws, not so they can get more money by fucking people over. But anyway, so it's the same I see on multiple sides. I mean, it's like when I go and visit my family and stuff like that, they just see things from one side, and they try and tell me, "No, Paul, this is the way it is." I'm like, "No, it's not." They're like, "Huh?" And they're like, "Explain." No. Like, why won't you explain? Because you need to look at both sides first before we ever talk about it. We have a proper debate about it. You've got to go and do the research yourself first. I did that to a mate of mine years ago, and he knocked on my door, and he said to me, can you do me a favor, Paul?" I'm like, "Yeah, certainly. What is it? Can you teach me magic?" I'm like, "No." He went, "Oh, hello, Hans. I'm glad to see you again. What happened? You're offline for such a long time." "Yeah, I haven't got my main rig. You know what I mean, I had to buy a new laptop, and it came yesterday. I'm running this off my laptop right now, and stuff like that." So, but I'm still around, and I mean, I'm on TikTok as well, so I got tons of videos on TikTok though, that people on YouTube probably haven't watched and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I got known as the was it beauty alumni over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I set that up from my days as part of Oriflame, and before I even attempted to sell anything, I found out the company at Oriflame were um, allowing a country use their products on elephants. So I left the company out of principle. You know what I mean, I don't like animals getting tested. If you want me to go nuts and go after a company, yeah, I mean, testing on animals is where I definitely draw the line on things. I mean, and I got bullied as well from the company. Because I said no, I can't be part of a company that allows people in other countries to use their products to test on animals, and I got bullied for it for standing my ground. But hey, at least I practice what I preach, though. You know what I mean? I'm always talking about standing up for things, and I stood my ground and got bullied for it. Even the person that was part of Oriflame even sent a police officer here because I would not sell any products for them. You know what I mean? I was willing to go to jail over it as well. You know what I mean? Fuck it. That's Oriflame for you. And I looked into Oriflame as well, and there's a lot of Masonic, yeah, Masonic dealings as well and stuff like that. You know what I mean, and one of the people I noticed as well that came over, she's the CEO of the company when I was part of it, and she actually, you lose some weight, right? No more cuddly badly. I've still got a little bit of a belly. Come on. I mean, I'm never gonna like fully lose the belly because I like it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not going back to where I used to be. You know what I mean? When I was younger, yeah, I mean, people in college thought I was anorexic. Yeah, people thought I was anorexic when I was in college. I was like, I mean, I'm like 6 foot, around 6 foot sort of thing, and I was like between like 9.5 stone to 10.5 stone. But yet I could walk miles. You know what I mean? I'm surprised they didn't call me the Welsh Ethiopian back then. I'm surprised they did not call me that. I mean, skinny but could walk miles. But yeah, I mean, I still got a bit of weight, you know what I mean, and so forth and all that, you know what I mean. But then again, you know what I mean. What you guys saw on the what do you call it, the live streams, that's me lost some weight as well. You know what I mean, I used to be heavier than that, and I don't know reason why I became big I mean, is because of my legs and stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, so yeah, I mean, but but I've started walking miles again now. You know what I mean? Because I bought a trolley and I've been taking stuff up to storage and back and so forth. And that's about 3 miles one way and it's 3 miles back the other way. So what I do when I get up there, instead of coming back straight away, I got a chair in there. Actually, I got two chairs in there. So I sit on the chair. Are there any more sleep streams coming in? The thing is, I'm trying to raise money to move into a flat, stuff like that. I mean, I'm trying to do that, and also, and as you guys know, I don't do things for nothing. You guys know that. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these people that does things for nothing. So let me just go ahead and show you something. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right. There we go. And browse up. I need now. I can sort that thing out again next time. Right, let's grab this. I've actually been doing this, guys, behind the scenes. And I do wind my neighbor up, a family member of mine up. There you go. Let me put that there. Been doing that, and oh, right. If I interact with it, that can I go through it? No, right. And right there you go. I don't know if it's coming through. Oh, okay. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, my accent. Can you guess what it is? It's obvious. It's very obvious what it is. Right, I need a window capture, and then we can do. We call this war. Short for warrior whales. There you go. Spreadsheet. There we go. This is one of the things I do, guys, when I'm not live streaming and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I do like to yeah, I mean, put stuff out there. Yeah, this is a recent thing, just very recent and all that, and I said something, right? I thought I offended someone, right? They asked me a question today. What do you think of the Ayatollah that just died and all of that and so forth, right? So I was going on about that, right? And but they made it sound like they were speaking about something else. Call me stupid. I am a stupid mixed German. You're not stupid from Germany. Actually, know a friend from Germany. Well, she was originally born in Lithuania, and she moved to Germany, and she married a guy there for many many years. You know what I mean? And but now she's in America. You know what I mean? As a widow now and all that. I mean, her are brilliant friends and all that. And we talk about German history quite a lot and stuff like that. And she told me that where she what part she was living at and so forth, and I mean that you got to be very careful that you didn't say the word Nazi while in Germany and all that. And the thing is, when you've got the what you call it, the Nazi, you know, what I mean, the Zionists, the Jews, and all that, and sort of controlling the world and all that, mixed with the other Masons and all that, and so forth. You've got to speak out. You know what I mean, no matter where. You know what I mean. I speak out all the time, and I get punished a lot for it. But tough. Hey, someone's got to do it. And, yeah, because over Christmas time, I was in a police cell for over 30 hours. I mean, you know, for 30 hours, and they were. Oh, I know Hamburg. I know that. Then again, I should know all the areas of Germany by now, considering my football team goes up and down Germany quite a lot every year, and that's Bayern Munich. I supported Bayern Munich since the day of Oliver Kahn, and I've actually visited Berlin as well and stuff like that. I've actually been to Berlin and checked out the Sunflower Hostel and all of that and so forth. And I gotta be honest, I had a whale of a time out in Germany. Don't worry, I wasn't one of these drunken people that went out there and partied and all of that. You know what I mean? I went up there. I enjoyed the history. I went to the museums and stuff like that. And the trains are actually more efficient. You know what I mean? Way more efficient than what they are in Britain. Britain, you know what I mean? You go wait, you know, like every well, was it every Christmas time to get at least two trains a year. You know what I mean? So it's like as the years gone by, one, then it gets to Christmas, two. Right, that'll do. But in Germany, what I loved it was basically I stepped on the platform. There was a train ready there to go. You know what I mean? And you didn't have to wait long. You know what I mean? And if you just missed that train, poof, now one. Oh, cool. Straight on it. You know what I mean? None of this like, oh, I gotta wait now, hour and 50 minutes, 2 hours, four. No, bang, efficiency. That's what I loved about Germany. I mean, I always loved it for that. And the creativity as well. You know, I mean, when you look at of all the inventions and all that and so forth, even during the war and after the war and stuff. You know what I mean? And even today, and how a lot of those inventions from the wartime actually built America and stuff like that, built the USA. I only see London as a usual stupid tourist. Ah, I'm from Wales. I'm from Cymru. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean, or you could say I'm a Cymro, as in Cymo. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Did I miss out R? Yeah, I do that these days. I miss out a letter or word sometimes. It's Cymro. You know what I mean? And we speak Cymraeg in this country instead of, you know what I mean? Not all the time, but a lot of people in the south where they speak English, you know what I mean, Saesneg and all that and so forth. But yeah, you know what I mean? And the thing is as well, you know what I mean, going to Germany back in the 90s as well, you know what I mean, with the dance troupe, we didn't fly over. We took a bus. We didn't use a train. We took a bus all the way from Swansea all the way to Berlin. You know what I mean? We used the ferry to get across, of course. You know what I mean? It was like over 900 odd miles to get there. You know what I mean? And and we had fun. You know what I mean? We were singing, and time just flew by. You know what I mean? And then, like, I see what Americans say, but when they do long travel, I mean, it's long, but it's nothing. Yeah, I mean, and to them, 900 miles would be like nothing. You know what I mean? And I can see that 900 miles when you've done that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, short journeys like 3 miles there, 4 miles, like 20 seconds. You know what I mean? I mean, the perception of it. So yeah, I had a whale of time out there. I mean, I met a lovely Russian lady out in Berlin as well, Madeleine Manavaki. Absolutely lovely lady. You know what I mean? She was like a month or two older than me. You know what I mean? And I bought her chocolates and all that and so forth, and helped her out because she damaged her arm. And the thing is, me being me, I couldn't let her lose her job. You know what I mean? It felt like that. You know what I mean? So I said, if you want. I'll wake up early in the morning and I'll help you put the umbrellas out and put the tables out and this, that, and so forth. You know what I mean? Because she came into work one day, her arm, you know what I mean, was injured and so forth, and I did that for her. You know what I mean? So and and what had a laugh as well. One of my fellow colleagues, dancers, so forth. Went up to her and and me, I did not know this, right, until I spoke to her. And so when I went to go and cross to speak to her again and all that, she said, I think I may have accidentally upset one of your friends, sort of thing. And I'm like, uh, what do you mean? She said, I accidentally called him English and he wasn't too happy about it. And I was like, don't worry about that. I mean, don't get, I'm born in Wales as well and so forth, you know what I mean? And people would think, why did you get upset for being called English? Ask anyone out of Berlin who would like to live in Berlin. No one would say yes, because even for us German, Berlin sucks. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, if you see something that sucks, then it's down to the people to make it good. You don't leave it to the politicians, you don't leave it to the governments, you don't leave it to the councillors and all that. It's down to the public to make that area good. I mean, I mean, if you don't sort it out, then it's always going to suck. Yeah, I mean, it's like Port Talbot, I mean, in Wales. Yeah, I mean, when they had the industrial plants going on and so, we still got one there now, but it's going through stages of change and all a bit at the moment. But because of the industrialness and all that, there's the smoggy smell and so forth. We go through Port, we used to go, oh, that place sucks, it stinks, and so forth. But it's down to us, if we, the people, the public, if we want to turn a place into a great place. Never the politicians. The politicians are only there to drain a place dry until it's dead. It's down to the public to basically make something great. You know what I mean? Figure it. We're the ones that put out the roads. We're the ones that build the schools. You know what I mean? The offices. All these other. It's us who put down the internet cables. It's us who puts up the telephone poles. It's us who build the rugby stadiums and the football stadiums and this, that, and everything else. It's us, never the politicians. Oh, they there for us go. Look what I've brought to the table. Look, they bring shit to the table. They bring nothing to the table. All politicians do. I'm gonna get shot for saying this. Probably. All politicians do is take out loans for banks to take over your country later. That's all a politician does, is take out loans from the banking cartel for later on for the banks to come to collect on the debt to destroy your country even further later. That's all politicians are there for. You know what I mean? And this is why I get in trouble a lot around here. I speak my mind too much. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is as well. I mean, I know when to keep silent, but if somebody asks me a question or this, that, and so forth, and I got the answer for it, yeah, I do bring out the answer. You know what I mean? So and as a German citizen, I can say it sucks nowadays, unfortunately, and I'm saying that with all respect. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean, but then, I mean, by recognizing it sucks, that means something can be done about it. You know what I mean? I mean something, but the problem is, I mean, you probably see it yourself out in Germany, and I see it around Swansea, I see it around Cardiff, I see it, throughout Wales, England, Scotland, and Ireland and stuff like that, where people still think the politicians are the ones that make countries great. Nah, they don't. That's the problem. Because all that money that you put into as councils or your local authorities and all that is then being sent out to Israel or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that doesn't benefit the country and doesn't benefit the area. So the public should really get maybe like a community chest going, where you put the money into that community chest for your local area. But then if somebody then tries to then send that money to a foreign country, well, they get put in prison. Well, maybe not that harsh, but you give them a warning at first, and then, you know what I mean? And then whatever you want to then do after that, then it's down to the people in that area to do whatever they want later on. But I think this is the only way that we, the people, will know where the money's going, if we basically have like a community chest or something like that, you know what I mean? Oh, honey, eh? Okay. Do you know, I'm finally used to that. You know, I mean, I'm finding people, calling me honey babe and all that now. It's only taken me what, well, over 30 odd years and more. But let me go and turn the light on. Oh, you asked me about the live streams earlier. Yeah, the bed is there, mind. I mean, let me show you. Bed. The bed is there. My camera is there, and now with this laptop, now it does 3.4 gigahertz of processing speed now and all of that. Compared to that, I mean, I got one laptop there, and then I got this one then behind. Yeah, I mean, so I've got a better laptop. I mean, because the reason why I bought this laptop, I mean, I was like sitting here the other day, and I was like taking a boost off somebody. Somebody saying, "Oh, you're not doing your work and all of that," and I was like, "Yeah, because this person is the person that put me into debt in the first place, and I ended up losing stuff, and if I didn't put my computers into storage, the bailiffs might have, got them." But now I'm sorting out the debts now, and I mean, out of this between 6 or 7 companies that I used to owe to, I have paid back 4 already. You know what I mean? And I've only got like 2 to 3 to pay off now, and I did that. You know what I mean? I got into debt last year, and now I'm coming out of it this year. So bit by bit, mind you. You know what I mean? So doesn't take, I mean, 'cause I put in a plan. I put in a plan quickly, despite I mean, the locals around here are basically are useless around me. You know what I mean? I mean, the authorities and not the public. The authorities are absolutely useless around here. Um, yeah, I mean, my accounts were getting hacked. So much stuff going on. You know what I mean? I put a plan together, and so I thought, not for all the money to go into my bank. I contacted DWP and I said, "Hey, you need to listen to me. You know what I mean? Because I did say to you before, you please send the rent money directly to the landlord, because this is happening. I told you before to send it, and you wouldn't listen. And now I'm in debt with the landlord a bit, this, that, and everything else, and you didn't want to listen to me. So me and SA Properties got together. They sent the money directly to the landlord. You know what I mean, and the thing is as well, a lot of people don't realize it's the plan by the government since, was it 2017, around about then. I mean, it could be a bit sooner than that. But in this country, what they tend to do, they deliberately put your housing money in with with the rest of the benefits, hoping that you don't notice, right? So then you end up spending it and so forth. Then you go into debt and all of that and everything, and then you end up being homeless and all that. But I spotted it earlier on, and I said to them, "No, I'm taking over the place on where I'm living. Could you please send the money directly to the landlord? Don't send it to me. Boom, straight to the landlord." Which I think everybody would say that is, common sense. I mean, that's brains. I mean, and that's why I've got a store, a clothing store, because I'm trying to get myself away from the government. You know what I mean? And basically, I mean, for a few months they weren't listening and so forth. Even SA Properties, I mean, could see that the establishment weren't listening and all that. It's in the end, I mean, after going to Dunnock and back, I mean, we finally got the money to be sent to the landlord. But what I didn't know, that that there was extra money being taken out from me. You know what I mean? I mean, and it's a good job it was only 50 odd pound. You know what I mean? If he started taking like everything and then left me with no food or any money for bills, not, I mean, I could had him on up. Luckily, it was only £50 extra on top of the rent money, to start bringing down the arrears. So I told SA Properties, because the landlord did this without telling me and so forth, but he could have put me in worse situation if I don't know how much money's been taken out and then I go and pay somebody else or go and buy food and there's nothing there, then he would have me to answer to, and a lot more. And also he'd be up against the UN Charter and all that and so forth. So, but anyway, and so I mean, by SA Properties, I mean, we've got on great and all of that. And he said, "Yeah, you're actually right there." I mean, and so forth. He didn't think, and Ben's not being told from one side all the time. I'm telling him, when I get information, I tell Ben. You know what I mean? And Ben tells me when he gets information. And unfortunately, I got no information right now to give to him. So he's probably sitting there going, "I haven't heard from Paul for a while." I got no information to give him. But yeah. But the landlord now, he's had, what was it now, over £400,000, back, from the arrears on top of the rent he's getting as well. So it's coming down, and it's not that much I owe anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, so by probably August it'll all be paid off. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, it's just, I mean, so I've been away, I mean, getting stuff sorted and all that, and dealing with the establishment, and plus, uh, I wasn't in this place. I was made homeless over Christmas. I was at there's videos on TikTok as well where you see me at another place, a hotel, the Swansea Bay Hotel up in I mean, by the beach that we've got, I mean, on Ismouth Road. And I had a blast up there, I mean. Think about it, right? Winter time, right? Snow coming down and you by the beach. To me, that is heaven. To me, that is awesome. So I go across, I mean, with a bit of sun that came out, I mean, for a few days over there as well. I mean, and I had a blast. I got to be honest. Most people are like, wait, what? He got made homeless and he had a blast? Yeah, I had a blast. I mean, at the Swansea Bay Hotel. I had fun there. But the people that work in authorities, yeah, they are a bit slow. They're a bit, I mean, they just go along wherever Parliament tells them and so forth. And that's the problem. So yeah. So But anyway, let me just show you some other stuff with this thing, because I got this scrolled. This design, guys, is based on Syrian Girl. You know what I mean, if you type in Maram, Maram Susli, she knows about this design, by the way, because I chat to her on my WhatsApp, and basically because there's people pretending to be her, I created a product saying, "Will the real Syrian Girl please stand up?" You know what I mean, so this is, you know what I mean, and she likes it as well. So yeah, I mean, because it's mocking the Zionists that are trying to be her. You know what I mean, so. And this one I did for Valentine's Day. I left it up, guys. You know what I mean, because every day can be a Valentine's Day. You know what I mean, if you know what I mean, if you wanted to. This is my gamer time uh, stuff. For me, then I thought I uploaded a design with the white thing going for it. Now those are actually the strings from the hoodie. Yeah, this. I mean, and I like the little smiley face that I've made out of the words and stuff like that. You know, really. Yeah, kid at heart with that one. Oh, I'm gonna have to delete that. This one is the moi. I was thinking, what three-letter word could I use to do a simple design? And I thought I got the perfect text for the French word me, more. I just put that in, and I like it. It's simple but effective. This one, I think we all know about as well, is the are you still there, BB? So you want me to get my nipples out again on live stream and all of that? When I do the sleeping streams and stuff. That could be fun. Yeah, that could be fun again. Anyway, this one is for like my website, Unlock Minds, deaduk.info. Do you know some people have gone past my players, right? I had to laugh at this. They go, "What's a deaduk.info?" And I was like, "Jump on and find out. It's a website." I mean, like some people. Yeah, I mean, not like some people. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, they look at something. They haven't got the explorer's mindset or the adventurer's mindset. You know, what I mean, of just finding out. You know, what I mean, and it's funny as hell. And I put something out the other day, guys. Right, and none of the neighbors saw it. People just walked past it, didn't even notice it, and so forth. And I put right on the chalkboard for a laugh. I will kill you one day. And nobody said anything. Nobody saw it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's interesting. Good job I'm joking. Good job I'm having a laugh and so forth and everything. But I went to prove a point that, you know, I mean, the masses don't have a clue what's going on around them. So I wrote on the chalkboard, I will kill you one day. No police at the door, nothing. I was like, well, that failed. But it proves my point. The awareness is terrible. So when they say to people like me and all that, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a tinfoiler," and all of that and so forth, and then yet at the same time they haven't got a clue what's going on. I'm like, okay, okay. When you become more aware, then I will let you. You know, what I mean, you know, what I mean, say that you do care. I mean, it's one of those things. That rhymed. I just realised that. When you become more aware, I will let you know you care. I just realised that. Then again, if I put on the blackboard, you know, what I mean, or whiteboard, I have 60 quid given away for free. Come and get it. Straight at the door. Now that would be funny. That would be funny as well. This is my Great Reset District T-shirts. Don't know if you've heard about the Great Reset, BB. Um, it's me talking, me just letting people know about the Great Reset and how it's linked to the WEF and stuff like that, and how they want us all to have nothing and basically live on a rental way of life. Doesn't matter if you bought your home or not. They want everybody to have everything on a rental level and have nothing. This one I do like. You know what I mean, I'm surprised. What was that? A surprise? What about Sylvester the cat? Anyway, got the Keir Starmer scared of island truth, but my own prime minister. Well, he's not my prime minister. You know what I mean, the guy's an idiot. So, and the thing is, as well, I mean, yeah, because I live on an island, the UK. Maybe people, maybe the police think I probably on about the UK. No. I'm on about Epstein's Island. Fuck. The police be like, wait, what? He's on about Epstein's Island? Oh, gonna have to get him, man. There's loads of designs I've done. Yeah, I mean, basic, simple designs. You know, Whale Society, Great Reset, Death. My little ghosty that I did as well. I'm proud of this one. I gotta be honest. I like sitting down one day and I was like just having fun. I was thinking, what should I do for Halloween? So I just thought I want something that's on a kids level, just for fun and all that. And I looked at my thumb and I looked at my thumb and I mean, you can tell I've looked at my thumb, and on my thumb right here, it does look like a smiley face on it. So I thought, you know what, drawn it, and then that came about. Zio hunting. Yep, I'm a Zionist hunter. So I created something called Zio hunting. Yeah, I created lots. You know what I mean? And now I'm advertising my site, and I'm advertising products. Now I've got quite a lot of different designs up. And this one, and the thing is, just to let you guys know, I do have them here as well. I mean, that is, we don't need permission from governments to defend ourselves, and that's what I've got on the cup. You know what I mean, the so yeah, you know what I mean? So I actually do test my own products as well. You know what I mean? I don't print them out. I let a company print them out for me. You know what I mean? It's like why make my place look untidy and then just let I mean a warehouse somewhere print them off and people just get their merch that way. You know, it's much easier, much easier. But I am looking into getting a printing press, like a t-shirt printing press and all of that. So if I do then go off the internet, I can still keep making my t-shirts and stuff like that. I'm thinking of doing that. So that'll be cool. I mean, but yeah, so I mean, just like things like that and planning and all of that, and what I'm going to be doing in a minute as well. You know what I mean, I know I haven't given out like a proper update what I've been up to and all of that. You know what I mean, I've been helping my family last year as well. I cut the grass and trim back the trees and all of that, despite the authorities are basically trying to divide me away. So I end up on my own, where they think I will end up, you know, what I mean, ending my life and all that. Actually, I enjoy being on my own. That's the funny thing, though. You know what I mean? And the thing is, as well, by me being on my own, I get to be as crazy as I want. You know what I mean? In a nice way, and everything, and everything like that. And plus, I get to do a lot of my dark writing and everything else. And plus, I've also give you guys a heads up. I'm over on Mixcloud as well. I'm known as Vlad Dracul over on Mixcloud. VLADDRAGUL. And I do, I mean, write my own lyrics. And I whack them into AI music and then just chuck them up onto Mixcloud and stuff like that. So yeah, and I have got, was it Dracul AI something on YouTube as well. I'll have a look at the name of that again, and I'll post it on here or do a video on here, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And I did write a few love songs for somebody this year as well. You know what I mean? I wrote about 4 or 5 love songs and sent it to them. And the thing is as well, they told me they hired a car out and they were like going down the road just blaring the music out, and I was like, be careful when you're doing that. Yeah, I mean, make sure you turn it down a little bit and next time, and so you can hear cars coming and everything else. But yeah, so I did a bit of that this year. And yeah, I mean, doing my website. I mean, Dead UK, sorting that out a little bit. I really want my main website back, though. I want my main website back, which is warriorwales.com. That got taken from me by the Zionists. I mean, when they hacked my bank account and all of that. And because the money wasn't there to keep paying for it, yeah, the company took it down and all of that. So the Zionists think they won on that front, but I'm building back up and getting it, and hopefully I'll get back up to having warriorwales.com, because I started that site. Jay knows when I started that site. I think it's like 2011, 2012, something like that. And I had spent over £15,000 and more into that site. You know what I mean? I spent thousands on it. And that's without buying printers. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that goes into to running a website. You know what I mean? As many people out there that run websites know. You know what I mean? And basically, yeah, I mean, and I did it off my own back. You know what I mean? And I had Enoch Crane down here one time as well. Who've, you know, I said, hey, is there a chance you coming across? You know what I mean? I wanted to introduce you to some of the ideas about the financial banking that's going on. You know, the economic financial terrorism and all that and so forth. Yeah, he came across from. My name got mentioned on Sky 200. You know, all that sort of thing. And so, but yeah, it's. I'll always keep speaking out and all of that, you know what I mean? Because if you don't speak out, then you let your area become, well, broken and annihilated. You know, I couldn't say the D word, but I can, which is a 7-letter word, but yet but I can say annihilated. Make that make sense. But anyway, but yeah. So if I jump up, let you guys know I'm still around and all that. I'm still, I mean, hanging on in there, and bought this laptop, which is a this. I mean, I couldn't afford a £700 or £800 one. I just saw this one and I thought, grab it while I could. It was going for like £271. But its original price when it first came out was about £450, you know, and so forth. So I got a bargain, you know what I mean? And it's helped me to come back and do live streaming. So yeah, because that one beside me, you know, which is 1 gigahertz with like 4 gigabyte of memory, like RAM memory or something like that. Yeah, I tried a couple of times to live stream of it. Yeah, it sucked. I mean, but this one, it's got 16 gig of I think it's DDR3 or 4 in it, so like that, and a few other things, and that's right. I can jump up and live stream to you guys. So yeah, and I can also do X spaces as well, over on that as well, and wind up a few of the Comintel Pro guys over there, male and female. I mean, that are lying to people over there. So it's it's fun. So on that note, you guys take care and all of that, and thank you, BB, for coming and all of that as well. And hopefully there will be some more, well, sleep streams. But anyway, you take care of yourself.